Hi friends, so I'm going to show you how to do a scatter plot. So the first thing you're going to do is create your x-axis, which is going to be using data from GNI. So that's going to represent the GNI per capita. And that information is already gathered for you from the CIA World Factbook, and it is in the yellow highlighted column on your data sheet. Okay, then you're going to make your y-axis. And your y-axis, you get to pick which column you want to use. So I'm going to go ahead and use life expectancy as my y-axis. So because I'm doing life expectancy, you guys can do percent of labor force in agriculture, you can do infant mortality rate, you can do literacy rate, or you can do fertility rate. Do not plan to do all of them. You will only want to do one. So pick the one that you really like. Okay, so I'm going to do life expectancy. And in terms of a range, if I'm going to figure out how I'm going to space out my data for GNI, the highest GNI is going to be at around 60 in the upper 60s. So I'm going to probably want to make my increments to be of about 5,000. And some of you may want to get rulers. I am just going to space this out myself. So here's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 45, and 70. And you can do yours exactly the same way. And since we're all doing GNI per capita, you can space yours out in increments of 5,000. For life expectancy, the highest life expectancy is not going to surpass 100. So I could probably do it in increments of 10 years. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, we'll say 90, and 100. Now I am using a whiteboard, but you are welcome to do this on a piece of notebook paper if that's all you have. If you have construction paper, I have packets of construction paper that I use. You can go grab some wrapping paper, do it on the back of some wrapping paper. If you have a whiteboard or a chalkboard, you can do it that way. If you have chalk and you want to do it on the sidewalk and take a picture, that's fine too. Okay, so now I'm going to start plotting the 25 countries using data points so that I can get a better understanding of trends. So the first thing I'm going to do is start with Argentina. And the GNI per capita is at approximately 22,000. And then the life expectancy is 77.69. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. And what did I say? 77.69. So that's right at about here. So 2278, and that is country number 1. So I'm going to mark it with a 1 so that I remember which country it is, because I don't want to have to write out Argentina. Okay, then the next country is Bangladesh, and that is $3,400 annually per person. So that's going to be less than half of this. And then, so it's going to be right about here. And then life expectancy in Bangladesh is 70.94. So that's going to go right about here. So that's going to be my number 2. Okay, number 3 is Bolivia, and it's $6,200, and life expectancy is 68. Okay. And then Brazil is 16,100, and life expectancy is 73.53. So right about there. Okay, so I'm going to pause here and then finish this up and speed it up so that you can see what it looks like once I have everything all plotted. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to do your line of best fit, which is what you do after you have all of your countries plotted on your scatter plot. So you're going to start at the very bottom, and it's going to be a curve, and you're just going to drive it straight through where the dots are clumping. Okay, so that's going to show you that the countries that follow the pattern are the ones that are clumped together. Then you're going to notice there's a couple of countries possibly that don't follow the pattern and they're outside of the line of best fit. For me, it's country number 7, and country number 7 is Equatorial Guinea. So while some of these countries like Chad and Senegal are down here at the very bottom, Haiti is at the very bottom, and they also show low life expectancies. Countries at the top like Norway, Sweden, the United States, France, and Germany all cluster up here. So this shows that there is a pattern that the higher, as GNI gets higher, a country becomes more developed, you will also see life expectancy increase, with the exception of this country, Equatorial Guinea, which has an incredibly high GNI per capita for its life expectancy, which hovers down here in the lower areas. And it seems like Equatorial Guinea might fit a little bit better with countries like Haiti and Ghana, but it doesn't. Okay, so that's what we're wondering. We're like, why is their life expectancy so low, but their GNI is so high? You would think that it would be moved over this way, okay, and have a little bit of a higher life expectancy. So we're not really sure what's going on there, and we would have to investigate what's happening with ESPN, economically, socially, politically, environmentally, that's causing life expectancies to be so low for a country with such a high GNI per capita.